Hello. So, going live, I've been doing a lot of cleaning and organizing of the shop. It is actually a beautiful day, so one of the doors is open. Um, I have some Monster Museum heads to work on. Rue is actually here today, doing nothing for me at all. He is actually working on a silicone mask of his that needed a paint touch-up.
Just doing a little paint touch-up.
So maybe I'll put the camera on Rue in a while here because he's doing silicone mask work, which some folks don't know how to do.
It's a little bit different.
Okay. You may have been first in the door. Okay, here we are. Rue, would you talk them through your process? All I'm doing is basing out a head right now.
Well, I'm just breaking down a little bit of silicone with some mineral spirits, thin it out just a touch, so I can add pigments to it. When I add pigments to it, then I brush it onto the mask for different colors. I like to start lightest and move my way darker when I'm doing colors, because then I can basically just change the color I already have. Most of the time. I think after this one I'll probably have to change completely, but I'm just painting. Put you so you can't actually see where I'm painting, but that's okay.
Why can't they?
Because it's blocked. I'm on the other side of the mask.
How's that? I can't see what it's aimed at.
Sure. That's better. But I'm getting in here with this purple. I'm doing fatty tissues and stuff.
Where'd that mask come from?
This is an immortal mask. This is not anything we did. This was an immortal mask that a good friend of mine bought and couldn't use anymore. Well, not couldn't use anymore, but just kind of got out of haunting, which is kind of sad because he's pretty good at it. But figured that I would be able to use still. So he gifted it to me for some event, my birthday or Christmas or something like that. But very fortunate because this is a very high-end, very high-dollar mask that I got for nothing. But it was showing its age and starting to get beat up. So we're just kind of redoing some stuff on it.
And I had this Fishman head that I also didn't make, and I'm going to make it black so I can paint it.
Hey Alan, purple gums?
I'm a fan of purpley reddish gums, yeah.
Purple gum. Really going for high contrast. Being as we do haunted house work, haunted houses are dark. High contrast shows up. Sorry if I'm getting quiet. I'm concentrating. Precise. I really like doing repaint. It's so much fun to just watch it come back alive. Come back to what it once looked like. Silicone is one of those fun things to work with too. It tends to thicken up pretty quickly while you're using it. So kind of gotta keep an eye on it. I am about to my last leg.
It's black now. Now it's gotta dry. It's also very wet, right, Rube?
Yeah, it's real wet. Trying to put it on me.
Show them.
Mm-hmm. Sure you are. Call that silicone bit.
You harden up?
Yeah. Yep. It's fine because I'm moving on to that super bright red, which is pretty much the majority of everything else on this. And then the black.
I'm a little surprised you paint all your details first,
Yeah?
and you're doing your broad stuff last. I tend to paint from furthest back to forward.
Yeah, I don't know. I've got a different way of doing things, I guess. But yeah, I go in and I do a lot of the fine detail stuff, and then with this especially, it's going to bleed into everything else so
Yeah.
much with the red that, yeah, the red's kind of going to be my last thing.
I'm gonna go upstairs and get a uniform for him. Right back.
You know, like you do. Mix in a little bit of 100% siding, 100% waterproof, indoor, outdoor, flexible, minimal shrinkage. Clear silicone. But yes, has to be the 100% waterproof stuff because it won't bond silicone. The only thing that sticks to silicone is silicone. I have stuff on my face. Look how fun that is. One of these. Put this junk here. Some of us are messier than others. Put it on. Loved the show last night. Awesome job. This is shaping up to be a great day. Great. Got Samuel L. Jackson on my Alexa. I was just thinking about doing that.
You mixing up something?
Yeah.
Good. I like to see that process.
I just used way too much mineral spray.
Unicorn horn. I'll need this for later.
Yep, I just added way too much mineral spray. Dump out about half of that. Now the mineral spirits cuts down the silicone so it's thin. And when it's thin, it makes it much easier to paint. I can't believe you're doing what you're doing right now.
I'm deglittering this unicorn horn because I don't want it all glittery. They can't see what I'm doing. They still think I'm a nice person.
You just covered me in glitter. I would hope the people that watch you regularly have realized that you're not that nice of a person.
One can hope.
Actually, I take that back. He's an incredibly nice person. To everybody that's not a shop monkey.
Not ever.
Get a little bit of this pigment. Take a lot of bit of this pigment because I want really, really, really red. And no other color. Just red.
It's the readiest.
It's funny because I'm one of those guys that's really big on mixing colors and getting just that perfect color that I'm looking for. Turns out the perfect color I'm looking for on this one, super red.
Call you fire truck face.
Yeah.
Taser face.
Taser face.
Unicorn horn on a stick.
On a stick. Well, that is some violently red red. Is that the same mask I had on Friday night? It is the same mask I had on Friday night. Mike's Haunted Woods, which would be Dahlberg.
Stall you need.
Hi, Mike. This mask is very attached to you. You know, Mike, you're like one of two people I will actually mess with that goes through the home. Alan even gave me a stern face about that.
You're mostly just filling in red now?
Yep, lots of filling in red.
Okay. In that case, I will take it from you here shortly.
Do you need a camera? Oh, so this mask is a little special also. In that this is just the first layer mask. There's a over mask that sticks to the front of this with magnets. I had to go in and reinforce my magnets a bit. They had gotten some wear and were actually popping out. that was my first process. Yes, it's found a painting. Ah! Oh well. Too late now.
So right now, Rue is painting that silicone mask. I have some other, you know what, I think I should clean this camera off a little bit. Where is this camera?
Where is it?
No, must be the other side. No. There, that's better. Hello, Michael J. Lassiter. Thank you, Mr. Skullberg. The type of silicone that he is using is a silicone caulk. It's just GE Silicone 1, 100% silicone. Which thins down just fine, and it's fine for painting on top of the mask. You cannot make a mask out of it, but you can use it for paint. All right, so what I have here, this is not one that I made. This guy was made by Ghost Ride Productions. Ghost Ride, honestly, they make some of the best bodies in the business and things. I bought this from them at a garage sale type event at Midwest Haunters Convention in Chicago. What they do for Midwest is they bring a bunch of things that are foam and just things that they sell normally, but they might be factory seconds, or they just didn't get used, or whatever. So you can get some really good deals on really cool stuff. Another thing I got from them, but I'm not going to do it tonight, or at least right now, is this guy, which is like this monster torso bust. You can see both his eyes are there. This chunk of his face is missing. My guess is that this got ripped in a mold or something. Very durable foam. It's a good sculpture. So I'm going to finish this as something for my monster museum. Ghost Ride has, some of the best looking stuff in the business. They have the best bodies, hands down, for sure. But all their stuff is nice. And it's pretty durable. So, but anyway, yeah, I got it at a discount for at Midwest Haunters Convention in Chicago. I cut the back of his head off so I can mount it onto a board for my monster museum, as this will be a display head. In order for it to stay on this, I'm going to cut some of this out. I'm going to use Loctite foam to hold it down. I'm going to cut a key into this, meaning, let me sharpen this guy. I'm going to cut it at an angle so that when I foam it, it's got a little more bite to it. So the hole is bigger than the opening. And this is actually denser than great stuff is. So I'm cutting it at an angle. Angle this way. So inside of the hole is bigger than the hole. But this foam is denser than great stuff. I'm kind of making a French cleat a little bit. And I have cut it that way. I haven't cut the bottom yet, so it's not going to come out. There's a lovely day here. Probably 72, 73 degrees. Nice. I would be fishing, except I want to get some Monster Museum stuff done. Curse my sense of duty. This foam that they use, really nice foam. If I had to guess, I guess it's got a urethane skin in it, and then they foam it. It's nice foam. This should allow some bite for that foam that I'm going to spray to grab both the wood, and I'll put some screws in it too from the back. Now I have, the foam will go in and expand out this way, and up here. And that'll give a little more bite, a little more grab. It's a mechanical lock. I want to figure out where this head is going to lie. Good. And foam, you know what, let me actually scratch this up. It's going to purchase better onto this wood if there's something to grab. Adhesion is normally all about surface area. Whatever you can do to increase the surface area of what you're gluing will greatly benefit your glue job. And you probably can't tell, I'm just taking out some chunks. I cut this way, and then I cut this way. So I'm taking out these sections. Now this little box cutter is not meant to cut wood, so don't do this. Get something that will cut wood. This is how you cut yourself with a box cutter, by the way, asking it to do things that it wasn't meant to do. This box cutter had the misfortune of being in my hand when I needed something that was cutty. Water. Gonna get it more of a mist. I'm going to mist this board so this board absorbs some of that water. I'm going to mist my Cyclops head. So inside of this hole has water. And that's going to help the Loctite foam firm up a little faster. In the can, there's no air, there's no moisture, so it won't solidify. As soon as you give it some air and moisture, it's the moisture in the air that does the trick. Shake it for a good minute. Not a hot minute, that's completely different. And I'm going to turn this guy around because this is how I had it. This is how I had it. Okay. Yeah, I'm adding a horn onto this guy. I am adding, I'll be adding hair and stuff. I'll do that once it's on here. Make sure that there's plenty in that. Now when I set this guy down, it's going to expand and make a little contact. And the weight of this will push that out. So now I have this guy is in the process of being glued down. Let's go check in with Rue.
Because I have one side almost completely clean.
Move the camera where you need to, sir.
Will do.
I'll be right back. Rue, you want a beer?
No, thank you. I got a Coke over here. No product placement. I just said it though, so whatever. Okay. So everybody, this side has all the red done on it now. I'll show you here. Doesn't show very well on camera, but all the red is done. This side is still very dull. Got a little bit on the forehead here that I did, but this is all still real dull. That will pop so much better. And I'm kind of digging it. 'Cause yeah, that will show real well. We might knock down this white a little bit with some more of this red. I think it's maybe a little too bold, but first I'm going to finish all of that. First things first. And yeah, I'm just in here getting everything. And I can be real sloppy with this red too, because it's blood. And this whole thing needs to be bloody. See, that little bit of red in there breaks down that white so violent white. And makes it read a little more bloody. great contrast now. Really, really enjoying it. Man, that reads so much better.
Yeah. Which is more vibrant.
Yeah. Bold.
Okay, your interesting life is over. Now you're back to me. So, I too am painting, but I'm painting with latex mask paints. The thing I made black is black. This is a Fishman monster mask. In the style of the one from Monster Squad. This is like the Gillman from Monster Squad. It's foamed kind of in Greeley, Colorado. And I thought that his mask would make a nice exhibit for the Monster Museum.
Alan, what's the Monster Museum?
So the Monster Museum is, it's at Scarborough Fair, and basically, it, I make masks and things, so I have all these molds, so we made a backstory, me and my friend Dan, a backstory of two monster hunters who, when they catch monsters to kill them, they cut off their heads and make displays, and they have made a museum. But it's a way for me to do all kinds of historical creatures and monsters. It's just a nice, if I was a 10-year-old kid, I would freaking love it, you know? And, you know, Harry Potter nerds love it. I mean, all kinds of people love it.
My son loves it.
Yeah?
Oh yeah. I haven't told you that. Ash loves the Monster. Like his first thing he wants to do when he goes to Scarborough, he wants to go to the Monster Museum.
Very cool. And
My son is 10.
Yeah, he's 10. Yeah, perfect. And, you know, and I would have loved it as a 10-year-old. I love monsters. Yes, it's kind of like you're walking through a D&D monster manual is what it's like.
Yep.
That is what I want it to be like, and that is how it ended up. Dry brushing. Yeah, I'm going over the eyeballs. I'm just going over everything. This is that first layer. This is going to dry much darker than it is on.
You know, there's some real validation in artistry and doing things that are artistic. When things come out looking exactly like you picture them in your head.
Like that mask right there?
This mask is turning out exactly the way I.
That's great. And other times, our projects evolve as we go.
There are times.
Like, well, this is nice
Oh,
too.
Oops.
Yeah. Little. It's a
This
wee.
is nice.
It's a wee high on the oops scale.
That's a wise man. Very, very wise man. Just saying. There are no mistakes. Just happy accidents.
Happy accidents. And it's fine to quote that during an art project, but don't quote it while the police are interviewing because you just ran someone down with your car. Apparently that's a mistake. It's what they told me.
So they say. Oh, they told Carl.
Okay, so now this is darker green. All of it is dark. Oh, look, now it's face down. It's all dark green. It has to dry. Much like this unicorn horn is drying, which was gold sparkles. And I just, yeah, no longer does it have gold sparkles. Now Rue has all the gold sparkles. You can see them right here on his back and shoulders. See how glittery he is? It's fabulous.
I won't call it what I usually call it.
Craft herpes, is that what you say?
No.
You're gonna watch Rue paint for a little while again because my stuff is still drying.
I am just about done with this face section. Oh, they did get some sheds of white. Not at all a clean painter. Do not stay clean while painting, for sure. Oh, it's beautiful. So happy. Now for the inside of
Paint inside too?
This is the inside of the mask. The face plate. But lots of it's red to use still. So. But I'm just doing everything red there. Actually, where did that big bold chip brush go? I dropped it. Well, I'm trying to find out where it went. Here it is.
Probably solid by now.
No, just the tip. Just the tip. Oh, hey, look, there's a fresh one.
Fancy new one.
Fancy! Real nice thing about this is, because it's got magnets all the way around it, sure stays flat on the table nicely.
My green dry brush is dry, so I'm going to do another layer of a lighter green dry brush.
funny because this is basically a dry brush also. Because all the wear spots, the spots that stick up higher. There's spots that all the red has worn off. It's funny, we were saying the other day while I was using this, actually I think it was just yesterday, we were saying this face probably gets torn off, you know, on average 4 times per group that goes through the haunted house all night long. So his face goes on and off quite a bit.
So wear and tear is to be expected.
Yep. And not to mention, I use the heck out of it. You know, bite it in my teeth and shake it at people. Lots of fun stuff.
Now the dark green has a run of lighter green. So you can see the black, you can see the black, you can see the dark green, and you can see the light green.
You can see the black twice.
Right.
See the black, see the black.
If you guys want to see what's happening, this is my Cyclops head. I have strapped it down to the board because this expanding foam is wanting to expand, and it's pushing out here a little bit, and I just wipe it away as it comes out. I'll be able to easily clean it up once we go. You didn't miss anything cool yet? Yes, the glitter view was good.
Glitter here. Alex kept trying to give me hugs. And I avoided it like a champ. Like, come here.
Is that a wheel of Parm? Obi-Wan. Got it. Hi, Steve. Yes, like a track for foam to swell into. Hello, UK Graham. So today we have a silicone mask is being touched up and painted, and a Cyclops head is being attached to a board for the Monster Museum, and another head is getting painted and then attached to a board for the Monster Museum. So for me, it's kind of a Monster Museum-centric day. Oh yeah, and there's some elves up there that I failed to sell this Christmas season. So I needed 6 elves for Transworld anyway to go on my holiday shelf. So at least that's done. And in my rush for Transworld, it's one less thing I have to do. Yes, there will be airbrushing at Monster Camp. There'll be some airbrushing today, too. I'm going to lighten this up even more.
I'm not really going to do any airbrushing in this face other than clearing over the top of it. Get some extra thing to wear off.
Yeah. my friend used to paint minis, and he would do 2 coats of gloss clear, and then he would do 2 coats of matte clear. So he knew when his mini figures were getting glossy, it was time to coat them.
Ah, smart.
And this guy is not drying as fast because I didn't put it in front of a fan.
I don't think they make a matte clear soda.
No, you got to powder it afterwards. Okay. What you doing now, Rue?
I need brushes.
How much time are you going to spend cleaning that 30-cent brush?
Not very much.
Okay.
Kind of just in the zone on that one because I know better. But
I'm sure it's red, Rue.
thin this stuff out a whole bunch, so I can take this. This is what it is. Touch up these scars.
I probably shouldn't have thinned all of this out because I could actually use it to be thicker for the scars.
Maybe I can find some gooey stuff here.
Like I said, this red is starting to thicken up on me.
What?
Just looking.
It makes me nervous sometimes.
Waiting on my fish to dry. You know. Let's get this guy out of the way. And this is much paler green than I normally go, so I'm excited. I'm doing something different with my Monster Museum this year. The town, the fake town that the Monster Museum is in is Scarborough, England, which is a port town. So I thought it would be very cool to theme the Monster Museum with a little bit more of a sea monster bend to it. So a lot of what I'm doing for the Monster Museum this year is going to be sea monster stuff. So that it feels nautical. My plan at one point in time was to do more monster museums in different Renaissance festivals, because it's in the Scarborough Renaissance Festival. And if I do that, then I would certainly theme each one different, you know. Based upon what their show is all about. Yeah, see, I like that. That's got a nice sickly green to it, but all those deeper colors are still in there. And Rue, you said you're heading out a little after 4?
Yeah. Let's go down and butt down. Close.
I like that. I already have a Fiji mermaid. I have an actual mermaid. You know the actual Scarborough. We know the fake Scarborough, which is in Texas. Yes, it is Lovecraft-esque. And I have another mask. I'm going to make actual deep one. Yeah, I'll call him. Inside the face will go red on his mask. You can make your own. An actual Michael Lasseter, who I think is on, he also makes them. And I'm using some of Michael Lasseter's teeth in this piece, in that fish man. I've actually pulled they're over here. These are ones that Michael Lasseter makes. And, you know, but you can make teeth out of Sculpey. You can, there's a lot of ways to make teeth. I just like the design of pumpkin teeth. I like spiny teeth. So, you know, but this is going to get this style of tooth. And what I like about what Michael J. Lasseter did is he actually has like barbs on it. So I'll stick this down into the foam and, you know, it'll catch. And then I can glue it around it. So, but teeth are one of the last things on this. Again, this has to dry. Let's go to Rue. See what Rue's doing.
We're just making a mess. That's about it right now.
Okay. You know what you like?
Getting some paper towels.
He's painting this right here.
My face. Think. Let's do a lot of flick brushing. That was the last color I did, so. Getting there.
Hey, my wife is back. I'm gonna go say hey to her.
Okay. Say hey for me. Yeah, we're supposed to be leaving right after 4 of them. This is one of the to do, so I'm going to put off leaving a little bit. I am going to here. No, I'll bring the trash can here. Taking a regular chip brush and cut all the bristles down on it. So that there's really nothing to it. But now I can use those short little bristles to get real good flicks. Now I'm going to take some silicone. Put it in a cup. And some mineral spirits. Now just mix this up and thin it out. Anybody got any specific questions for me on silicone? I know we don't do a lot of silicone around here, so something a little different. Glad to answer them if I can. Thinning, thinning, thinning. Speaking of thinning, I've started myself on a diet because I went to put my Krampus costume on this year. Over the time, the leather from my belt had shrunk. So I had to extend my belt to fit. That darn leather, you know how it shrinks over time. That's not what leather does. Yay! Now that I have thin silicone, sit on the accordion, counts a little. Now I have to add some pigment to it. Some nice flesh tone here. I'll grab. That should be pretty good. And Alan's back.
Checking on the wife.
Now the fun thing about the mineral spirits mixing with the silicone is that the mineral spirits will evaporate away, leaving the silicone to harden on its own. So if you over thin something, You just give it some time, it'll thicken. Now, flick brushing is one of those things that I doubt is going to be caught very well on camera.
It's very subtle. So on this guy, what I have done is I've taken my light color and I've just jabbed it over top of this again to break it up. And then I mixed up some white with that green color. I hit the edges of the ears here, the ear fins, I should say, and I hit inside of the mouth because most reptiles have a light inside of their mouth and a little bit on this fin up here. And now I leave you back with Rue.
Adding off a little bit of the big chunks that I got on there.
Oh. Don't realize how loud a fan is. You turn it off.
Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, I've been listening to that a long time. Yeah, red goo. Tiny chunk of that. Pigment's one of those things that a little bit goes wrong. Thin this a little bit extra. Make it flip real well. Nice chocolate brown, but it's still in the skin tone range. And make for some freckles.
Just using less of it.
Yep. Just using a little less of it.
This is the Sea Creature mask with the Michael Lasseter teeth in it, 2 different sizes. And I'm going to actually back them with a little bit of clear silicone pulp, just to secure them inside of here.
I actually tend to go a little heavy with my flick brushing because I come back and I soften it later. With a little, just dab it off with paper towel. That is not very at all what I want.
Are you mucking it up, Rube?
Much something up. Trying to use this very spiky brush to try to cheat and do some eyebrows on this thing. One of the things I've always found was missing on this. Kind of bothers me. What I really should do, hand punch some hair and make some actual eyebrows.
With those help?
Oh. Maybe. I don't know, I've never used eyelashes as eyebrows before. Would that work? Sure that would work, right? Love my answer. Maybe. Ooh. Face is definitely coming back to a better look.
take you off a roo now here for a minute. And I am looking at some eyes that I have. I have these eyes here. I'm wondering how they would do in there. I think they do good. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this out and pop in these eyeballs. This is Dude Pimp My Fish Man.
Ah!
Face fell on the floor?
Face fell on the floor. You know, wet, sticky face fell on the floor.
It's good for it. Builds character. Adds link.
That's like, you know. Did add some neat different colorings.
It's almost like flocking.
You know.
Except it's wood.
If it's not. So much better.
Yeah, it does. I know the eyes that are in here are smaller than the ones I'm putting in, but I think fish eyes are okay when they bulge a little bit.
Not working.
And being careful when I cut this out. I only want to cut what I want to remove.
Is that how that works out?
Well, that's what I only want to do. It doesn't always work out that way, but that's always what I want. All right. I'm going to pop these in. We'll just see. See what happens.
There we go. Yay. Back to looking like a human instead of an android. Let's see. I don't know, Alan. Does that look better?
I would say yes.
I think it kind of does. I think I kind of want to chop it up though and put it in chunks so it's not quite so perfect.
Okay, so there he is with these eyes in. Except, this kind of wells out a little weird. Just have some more trimming to do is all. Once I trim that, I think that'll look just fine.
Yeah, my bed is kind of dull. Might be the perfect replacement for tweezers. Which I'm sure there are some of those around here too. Maybe.
I'm not a tweezer guy. That implies a degree of precision that I do not normally partake in.
Maybe some epoxy for it though.
There we go. See, that eye looks a lot more natural. I'm going to hit that with black around that edge. Much better. See, this eye has been treated and trimmed, and this one still has this puffiness around it.
Had to replace. Just stuck to my finger.
Glue works.
Sticks to the fingers.
Let's see how we're doing here. There we go. Now I think that this eye is pointing down a little more than the other. Better? With the brush spattering, Rue is painting the face of a silicone mask. He's just doing some upkeep and touching on it. Touch-ups on it. Not touching on it. Well, he is touching on it, but it's not as creepy as I just made it sound. And this guy's nowhere near done. But next he gets some airbrushing. I think he's ready for that. I'm gonna let you watch Rue put on some eyebrows.
Very. Ah, I touched it.
Rue was just pointed at you.
I don't know.
Take a look.
Hold on.
Can't you just pause it?
Stuck to my finger. Not at all.
Oh, you fix it. You do you. You do you.
What do you mean? Kind of. Yeah, put some eyebrows onto this guy. What are some eyelashes that Alan just gave me? Just to kind of make him look a little more realistic. More realer.
Realerist.
Realer. I do kind of like it though. Kind of tell there. See it? Taking these here fake eyelashes, cutting them down a bit. Just putting them on the mask. Now I put down a little bit of epoxy on the silicone because it has, I said before, it's the only thing that sticks to silicone. Silpoxy is a silicone built specifically to do that. Great for fixing repairs.
Silpoxy tin cure or platinum cure?
It is platinum cure, I believe, right?
It's tin cure.
Is it tin cure?
It is.
I'm wrong.
Most of the things you paint with are going to be tin cure. That's why you tint the platinum cure, you paint with tin. It's on the outside, it's okay.
Yeah. We won't talk about the repair I just did on the inside of my mask.
Small doses, it's fine.
It's fine. Things are fine.
Takes a while for those heavy metals to build into your system. Trust me.
I think that eyebrow looks pretty good. Putting a little bit of this silpoxy down on the front of it. I already have some on the back. On the front, hopefully we'll add a little extra bite.
Okay, I'm moving you guys because now I'm airbrushing over here.
And honestly, I'll be impressed if these eyebrows last past the weekend.
I don't know, man. You're using silpoxy.
True. Good strong stuff.
Okay. just put too much ink in there, and I spilled some right on his face. Luckily, I landed on this very plastic eyeball, and I was able to wipe it right off. That's just a little breakup that I'm doing now with this. These nice dark green lines. Okay. I'm feeling pretty good about that. I like it. I want to get some other colors happening inside of the mouth. But I also want to glam it up a little. So I have a metallic green ink left over from when I was doing Grinches, oddly enough. Yeah, because they're metallic green. Here. I'm going to hit this on his fins, I think. Remember I painted those whiter? Just a little bit. Start it pretty far back. Just give him a bit of a glisten. I'm loving that. It's a fish monster. You look good, Rube.
That looks pretty good.
Fish monster.
Fishy fish. Fishy fish.
And I am going to do some pinks, I think, inside the mouth. But I'm going to do that with a brush because airbrushing around the teeth would be really hard. Then I'm going to use my magenta color that I always use.
I'm gonna jump in and steal the airbrush from you in between.
hopefully.
Okay, dump this ink back into this green bottle for me.
Sure.
I'm probably, well, no, I guess they're both attached to it, isn't it?
What's that now?
Because I'm just using the bold, big, bold spray.
Well, you enjoy it.
Spray. That's the technical term. And right in front of the camera. You'll love that.
I do like this. I'm not worried about getting it all this color. I'm just, I got this color on the brush and now I'm getting this color off of the brush. I'm just getting the color off of the brush on the piece. I think that's it, man. Like that's all I wanted to do. Now I just gotta put it on a head form. All about them fish, man. All about them fish, man.
Fishy fish faces. I ended up with two of the exact same pair of shoes. One eyelash left.
Throw it out.
Wherever you might need one eyelash.
Throw it out.
Get rid of it.
Just gonna prep a board here for to mount that Fishman to.
Hey Alan, I ran out of cups.
Yeah, look up. Who surprised those outlets? I don't know what you mean. Every now and then I trick a breaker, and that means I surprise the outlet.
They look very surprised. I see what they're saying.
Oh, okay, because they look like every other triple outlet.
Yeah,
Got it. Maybe they're from the UK and their outlets look different.
good.
You think about that, Rue? No, because you only think about yourself. What's that?
I used to live in the UK, remember?
What kind of UK? Get real technical on that.
Sensitive subject.
Where it's not. Europe.
Yeah.
Okay, there's Ireland, Scotland, and England, right?
Yes.
And
It
Wales.
used to be included in the UK.
All right. So I goofed. I had alcohol-based ink on my hands when I started spraying this board with alcohol. Alcohol got on my hands, reactivated the ink, and now my board is green. So I just wanted to, I put on some gloves, so I didn't do that anymore. Because it was activating the ink on my hands. just want to have a little bit of control over this black that I'm putting on. And that's why I put the alcohol down. If I wanted to, I could just wipe that, but I want that nice edge on there. And now I've got some glossy wood tone, and that is going to be this color. Favorite color. Favorite kind of spray paint.
And the shop's favorite smell.
Yeah, it's good smell, man. And when I said I wanted the control, you know, I can now really easily just blot this up with this paper towel if I wanted to. I was happy, but I wanted to show you what I was doing too. You can reactivate any spray paint with spray paint or with 99% alcohol. So that's what that backboard is going to look like now. Now I've got some different tones in it. My edges, you know, prepped. And that fish head will go right in the center. But all that has to dry. What are you doing, Rue?
Thin enough to spray?
Nope. Not reliably or happily. You gonna spray it and leave it here to dry?
Probably. If you didn't mind that.
Not at all.
I didn't bring the big head form for it. I should have. I think I still need to go thinner. Thinner. Not that end. Now that's thin enough.
Yeah, I think so.
These here bottles that will absolutely be ruined after this.
Yeah.
pick this up, check it's good and mixed. A little more. And I will bring the head to the air. So I'm going to bring the camera over to where we're working. Ish. Bring the head right over to where Alan just made the giant mess.
Beg to differ. This is very much a medium-sized mess, Ruth.
Oh yes.
'Cause I know big messes.
You're a pro at big mess. Turns out.
Take your mask off. Oh, it's on the headphone. I look at the other headphone. Like, why'd you take it off?
Why don't you take that off? Bleh. Yeah, gotcha. 5. Purple.
Taking my unicorn horn, I'm going home.
Hmm?
I'm taking my unicorn horn and I'm going home.
There she goes. I'm just gloss coating this. Oh, let it last a little longer.
Whenever silicone air dries, it dries glossy anyway. So what he's doing is just another layer of gloss. And I'm going to glue a unicorn horn onto a Cyclops to make it more Harryhausen-esque.
Harryhausen? Face. Backside. Had glitter on it.
Ooh, ah. And the Cyclops will also get a full beard later this evening.
Oh, beard.
Yeah, he's gonna get a full beard, he's gonna get some hair. It's gonna look good and gnarly.
Beardy cyclops.
Yeah.
I like that cyclops.
You know what? That is Ghost Ride. It's beautiful. They did really good on that. It's good size. It's not like human head size. I don't want no tiny Cyclopses.
Not no tiny cyclops.
That's the head of like a 9-foot Cyclops. What you want.
What you want? And there's a little bit of gloss on here is just going to make my guy look sweaty. My hands are gonna feel so gross for the next 2 days.
I popped a heck of a lot more with it. Mm-hmm.
Still thought about taking a couple of pieces of red yarn and putting them on the inside of the face. So when you peel it off, you got these little tendrils of red. The problem is that I can't test it this after. I so wish I could just put it on there, but no, none of that. Ah. Well, I just accidentally ended up with a bunch of a set of 40K Space Marines.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Cash is very interested in it. I'm like, oh, this is gonna cost me a fortune.
Yep. If interested in orcs, you can do those cheap.
I should not want it to play anymore, which means it's done. Done.
Cyclops? Fishman is coming along over here.
Ah, I like it. What a big Cyclops. Beautiful skulls, too.
Yeah, really
Somebody
good.
Really took their time on that. Painted up real nicely. Okay. I think that's it for me.
That'll be a good Monster Museum exhibit. Now, I haven't done the Cyclops yet. I'm going to do his beard. But that's him. It's going to look great in the Monster Museum. And then Rue's mask that he was fixing up is over here. We're going to wrap up for a while. I might be back on later tonight. But for now, I think that's about it. I got my things accomplished. I'm going to take a break, grab some dinner. Y'all are awesome. And hopefully I'll see y'all later on tonight. If not, I'll go live tomorrow while I'm working on things. What do I always say, Rue?
Go make stuff!
That's right.